Welcome back to Malice and Mystery, where we explore the mysteries of our world and uncover the hidden truths behind the unexplained. From nature's deepest secrets to science's most puzzling phenomena. Join us on a journey of discovery that challenges what we know and opens our minds to what is possible. The Whispering Woods, nestled deep within the heart of the Pacific Northwest, where ancient trees stretch skyward and sunlight filters through a dense canopy in fractured golden beams, lies Blackthorn Forest, a sprawling expanse of wilderness that has long captured the imagination of scientists, nature enthusiasts, and local storytellers alike, spanning over 500 square miles of pristine old-growth forest. This ecological wonderland serves as home to an extraordinary array of wildlife, from majestic herds of Roosevelt elk to elusive cougar populations that have roamed these lands for centuries. For decades, Blackthorn Forest has been the subject of numerous scientific studies documenting its rich biodiversity, the region's unique microclimate. Created by the convergence of coastal fog and mountain air currents, supports an unusually diverse ecosystem. Towering Douglas firs stand sentinel alongside western red cedars, their massive trunks bearing witness to centuries of natural history. Beneath this verdant canopy, a complex network of streams and wetlands creates vital habitats for amphibians, while providing essential water sources for larger mammals. What makes Blackthorn Forest particularly intriguing to researchers is its position as a crucial migratory corridor, connecting isolated pockets of wilderness across hundreds of miles. This ecological bridge allows for remarkable species diversity, with documented sightings of rare creatures such as the northern spotted owl and the marbled murrelet. The forest's significance extends beyond its current inhabitants. Archaeological evidence suggests human presence dating back thousands of years, with indigenous tribes historically relying on its resources for sustenance and spiritual practices. In recent years, however, Blackthorn Forest has gained attention for more mysterious reasons. Local park rangers and wildlife biologists have reported increasingly unusual animal behaviors that defy conventional understanding. Patterns of movement among typically solitary predators seem to be shifting, with multiple species exhibiting coordinated activities never before documented in the region. These observations, coupled with advanced technological monitoring systems installed throughout the forest, have positioned Blackthorn as a crucial site for investigating what some researchers are calling the new frontier of animal behavior studies. The forest's isolation, combined with its ecological complexity, creates an ideal laboratory for studying these phenomena, protected by stringent conservation laws and buffered by surrounding wilderness areas. Blackthorn remains largely untouched by human development, making it one of the few places where animal behavior can be observed without significant anthropogenic interference. This unique combination of factors, its biological richness, historical significance, and emerging mysteries, has transformed Blackthorn Forest into a focal point for those seeking to understand the deeper truths behind animal behavior in the modern world. The first anomalies. Dr. Emily Carter, a renowned behavioral ecologist from the University of Washington, first noticed something unusual during her routine data analysis in early spring. The motion-activated cameras she had strategically placed throughout Blackthorn Forest were capturing patterns that defied conventional wisdom about animal behavior. What began as isolated incidents quickly evolved into a pattern so consistent it could no longer be dismissed as coincidence. Deer, normally crepuscular creatures, were moving in tight-knit groups during broad daylight. Their movements synchronized with precision that suggested deliberate coordination rather than random herd behavior. More startling was the behavior of the forest's apex predators. Typically, solitary hunters like cougars and black bears were being observed sharing territory without conflict, sometimes even appearing to communicate through purposeful gestures. Dr. Carter's thermal imaging equipment captured infrared footage of these predators gathering at specific locations, standing in circles that resembled council meetings rather than chance encounters. The most perplexing observation came when multiple species, including wolves, coyotes, even smaller carnivores like bobcats, were seen converging on particular clearings at regular intervals, their timing precise to within minutes. The forest's avian population exhibited equally baffling changes. Songbirds, known for their territorial nature during breeding season, were forming mixed-species flocks of unprecedented size and complexity. Ornithologists working with Dr. Carter noted that these flocks maintained perfect formation even during rapid flight maneuvers, suggesting an unprecedented level of interspecies communication. Raptors, typically lone hunters, were observed perching together in large numbers, their eyes fixed on the same points of interest on the forest floor below. Perhaps most disturbing were the nocturnal activity patterns recorded by the forest's acoustic monitoring system. During certain nights, precisely every 27 days, according to Dr. Carter's calculations, the entire soundscape of the forest would change dramatically. Insect choruses would fall silent, replaced by low-frequency vocalizations that didn't match any known species calls. These sounds, analyzed through spectrographic software, revealed harmonic structures far too complex to be mere random noise or environmental effects. Aquatic life in the forest's network of streams and ponds showed equally anomalous behavior. Salmon runs, traditionally predictable to the day based on seasonal patterns, were occurring weeks earlier than expected. More curiously, fish were congregating in specific pools and riffles, orienting themselves in precise geometric patterns that remained stable for hours at a time. Water-dwelling amphibians, usually strictly nocturnal, were emerging en masse during daylight hours, their movements synchronized with uncanny precision. These observations weren't limited to vertebrates. Invertebrate populations were also displaying unprecedented behavior. Normally, solitary spiders were constructing communal webs spanning between trees, creating vast silken networks that seemed to serve purposes beyond simple prey capture. Social insects like ants and bees had altered their foraging patterns, traveling in perfectly straight lines regardless of terrain, obstacles, and returning to their nests with food sources they couldn't possibly have located through standard navigation methods. The cumulative effect of these anomalies created a picture of a forest undergoing some fundamental transformation. Each species seemed to be responding to an invisible signal or influence that transcended individual instincts or learned behaviors. The patterns were too widespread, too coordinated across different taxa, to be explained by traditional ecological theories. As Dr. Carter compiled her findings, she realized they were witnessing something that challenged everything science understood about animal behavior and interspecies relationships. The investigation begins. As news of the anomalies spread through academic circles, an unprecedented coalition of experts converged on Blackthorn Forest. Dr. Michael Chen, computational biologist from MIT, brought his team's cutting-edge neural network algorithms designed to detect subtle patterns in complex data sets. Working alongside him was Professor Alina Rodriguez, specialist in animal communication from the Universidad Nacional, whose groundbreaking work on cetacean languages had revolutionized marine biology. The team was rounded out by Dr. Akira Tanaka, a Japanese physicist specializing in electromagnetic field interactions with biological systems, and Sarah Littlecrow, a member of the local indigenous community whose ancestral knowledge provided crucial cultural context to the unfolding mystery. Their headquarters became a converted ranger station nestled deep within the forest, equipped with state-of-the-art monitoring equipment that pushed the boundaries of scientific investigation. High-resolution camera traps featuring quantum dot technology captured minute details of animal behavior invisible to the naked eye. Advanced bioacoustic sensors, capable of detecting frequencies from infrasound to ultrasonic ranges, painted a comprehensive picture of the forest's soundscape. Perhaps most crucially, newly developed quantum entanglement. Sensors allowed the team to measure subtle energy fluctuations in the environment that might influence animal behavior. Dr. Chen's team deployed machine learning models that processed terabytes of data in real time, identifying correlations between environmental variables and animal movements with unprecedented precision. They discovered that certain behaviors consistently preceded electromagnetic disturbances in the atmosphere by several minutes, suggesting animals might be detecting changes imperceptible to human instruments. Professor Rodriguez's linguistic analysis software revealed that bird calls and mammalian vocalizations were forming complex sequences that bore striking similarities to grammatical structures found in human languages. The investigation took an unexpected turn when Sarah Littlecrow shared oral histories from her people about the singing season, a period described in tribal legends when all creatures of the forest would gather to listen to a mysterious music emanating from beneath the earth. Her accounts perfectly matched the 27-day cycle of strange acoustic phenomena detected by the team's monitoring equipment. This revelation led Dr. Tanaka to focus his research on subterranean electromagnetic fields, deploying sensitive magnetometers that detected unusual oscillations emanating from specific geological formations deep within the forest. To better understand the spatial dimensions of these phenomena, the team utilized drone-mounted LiDAR systems to create detailed three-dimensional maps of the forest canopy and underlying topography. These scans revealed previously unknown cave systems and mineral deposits that aligned perfectly with the locations where animals were exhibiting their most unusual behaviors. Chemical analysis of soil samples from these sites uncovered trace elements that should unnaturally occur in such concentrations, hinting at possible connections to Earth's deeper geological processes. The researchers also implemented a novel approach to direct observation, developing lightweight wearable tracking devices that could be safely attached to various species. These devices transmitted continuous data about physiological responses, movement patterns, and environmental conditions experienced by the animals. When combined with the stationary monitoring equipment, this created a comprehensive network of information that allowed the team to track how different species responded to changes in their environment virtually simultaneously. As months passed, the collaborative effort yielded increasingly sophisticated insights. Statistical analyses revealed that seemingly unrelated species were responding to identical environmental cues with remarkably similar timing and intensity. The team's multidisciplinary approach proved crucial in interpreting these findings, as each expert brought unique perspectives that helped piece together the puzzle. For instance, Dr. Tanaka's measurements of electromagnetic fluctuations correlated directly with Professor Rodriguez's observations of increased communication intensity among animals, while Dr. Chen's algorithms identified predictive patterns that allowed them to anticipate behavioral changes before they occurred. This unprecedented access to both advanced technology and traditional knowledge created a synergy that neither approach could achieve alone. The researchers found themselves at the forefront of a new kind of scientific investigation, one that blended cutting-edge technology with ancient wisdom to explore mysteries that challenged conventional understanding of animal behavior and its relationship to the natural world. The breakthrough discovery. The turning point came on a moonless night in late autumn, when the entire research team gathered around a bank of monitors displaying real-time data from their extensive sensor network. Dr. Tanaka's magnetometers had detected a sudden spike in electromagnetic activity emanating from a previously mapped cave system deep beneath Raven's Peak, the highest point in Blackthorn Forest. Simultaneously, the bioacoustic sensors picked up an intense burst of infrasound waves, while Dr. Chen's neural network flagged a dramatic increase in synchronized movement patterns among dozens of species across the forest. Professor Rodriguez's translation algorithms revealed that bird calls and mammalian vocalizations near the cave entrance were forming complex sequences that repeated every 43 seconds, a pattern matching the oscillation frequency of the detected electromagnetic waves. More astonishingly, the animals seemed to be modulating their vocalizations in response to subtle variations in the electromagnetic field strength. effectively engaging in a form of environmental communication that researchers had only theorized might exist. Sarah Littlecrow's insight proved crucial in interpreting these findings. She recognized the repeating sequence as matching a specific rhythm described in tribal stories, one associated with the call of the deep earth, which her ancestors believed signaled important messages from the planet itself. This correlation prompted the team to intensify their study of the cave system, where they made their most groundbreaking discovery. The minerals concentrated there were generating a unique piezoelectric effect when subjected to subtle tectonic pressures through careful experimentation. Dr. Tanaka demonstrated that these minerals could convert mechanical stress into electromagnetic signals across a spectrum that perfectly matched the frequencies animals had been responding to. More importantly, the team found that many species possessed specialized cells containing microscopic mineral crystals, structurally similar to those in the cave system. These cells appeared capable of detecting and responding to the electromagnetic signals, essentially acting as biological receivers tuned to the Earth's natural communication channels. Dr. Chun's algorithms revealed an intricate web of cause and effect relationships between geological activity, electromagnetic emissions, and animal behavior. Animals weren't merely reacting to environmental changes, they were actively participating in a complex feedback loop. For example, when predators gathered at specific locations, their collective movement generated subtle seismic vibrations that resonated through the mineral-rich bedrock, amplifying the electromagnetic signals. This amplified signal then influenced the behavior of other species, creating a cascade effect that rippled through the entire ecosystem. The implications extended far beyond explaining the initial anomalies. The team discovered that this electromagnetic communication system served as an early warning network for impending environmental changes. Animals could detect shifts in tectonic pressure, approaching weather systems, and even subtle changes in groundwater levels days before these events manifested in ways detectable by conventional means. The synchronized movements and unusual behavioral patterns observed earlier were, in fact, coordinated responses to these signals, allowing species to prepare for and adapt to changing conditions with remarkable efficiency. Most profoundly, the researchers realized they were witnessing evidence of a planetary-scale communication network that had evolved over millions of years. The mineral-rich cave systems acted as natural amplifiers and transmitters, while the specialized cells in animals functioned as receivers and processors. This system wasn't limited to Blackthorn Forest. Subsequent surveys revealed similar mineral deposits and corresponding animal adaptations worldwide, suggesting a global phenomenon that had remained hidden until now. The verdict of science. The Blackthorn Forest findings revolutionized science by revealing biogeophysical resonance, a mechanism where organisms interact with Earth's electromagnetic fields. Published in Nature and Science, this discovery reshaped fields like evolutionary biology, neuroscience, and ecology, challenging traditional views of animal behavior and communication. Previously, animal behavior was explained through survival instincts and learned responses. Now, electromagnetic signals are recognized as key drivers of complex decision-making, forcing ethologists to revise their methods. Conservation biology also transformed, with new metrics evaluating ecological health based on electromagnetic field coherence and mineral stability, emphasizing the protection of geologically significant areas. Neuroscience saw a paradigm shift with the discovery of electromagnetic receptor cells in various species, suggesting these cells play a central role in brain function and consciousness. This opened new research avenues into non-human intelligence and sensory perception. Geophysics and mineralogy gained renewed attention as scientists studied Earth's role in this communication system. Unique piezoelectric mineral formations were discovered globally, improving earthquake prediction models through animal behavior patterns. Indigenous knowledge systems gained scientific validation, fostering collaboration between Western scientists and indigenous communities. This partnership enriched environmental management and academic curricula with holistic approaches. Industries like pharmaceuticals and materials science also benefited. Biomimetic materials inspired by electromagnetic receptor cells advanced medical imaging and environmental sensing, while pharmaceutical research explored treatments for neurological disorders. Philosophically, the discovery redefined humanity's place in nature, challenging notions of intelligence and consciousness. It prompted ethical considerations and international agreements to protect these electromagnetic networks, ensuring their preservation amid human activities. Reflections on the frontier. The discoveries in Blackthorn Forest signify a transformative moment in our understanding of nature, blending biology, geology, and physics into a unified view of Earth's interconnected systems. The concept of biogeophysical resonance challenges us to rethink our role in the environment, not as passive observers or dominators, but as active participants in a vast ancient communication network. Key questions arise. How does this electromagnetic network interact with other animal communication systems? Are there hierarchies or specialized roles within it? Could similar networks exist in oceans, deserts, or even cities? These findings could revolutionize fields like environmental monitoring, disaster prediction, human-animal interaction, medicine, and agriculture, offering new ways to address neurological disorders, sensory impairments, and sustainable food production. Yet, this knowledge comes with responsibility. The electromagnetic network is a global heritage, requiring international cooperation to protect and study it. Balancing conservation with potential benefits is crucial. Future research must expand beyond Blackthorn Forest to map this global network, study its response to climate change and human activity, and address ethical concerns about interference. Public understanding is equally vital, as translating these complex ideas into accessible knowledge can inspire greater environmental stewardship. The truth behind unexplained animal behavior has opened doors to realms of inquiry that were once the domain of science fiction. Yet this is merely the beginning of a journey that promises to reshape our understanding of life on Earth. As we continue to explore these electromagnetic corridors of communication, we may find that the greatest mystery isn't why animals behave as they do, but rather how deeply intertwined all life truly is with the fundamental forces of our planet. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. What mystery should we dive into next? Let us know in the comments below. Until then, keep questioning, stay curious, and remember, the truth is out there.